Hi there, this is Derek from Pacific Coast Auto, and we're looking at a Toyota Hiace TRH 200 model. So this one here is, I guess, the second to most recent version of the Hiace. This is a rear-wheel drive version. You can also get it in four-wheel drive or different body lengths and different body heights. The Hiaces are very popular cars, and this second to most modern generation is still the most common one that you see on the roads here in Japan. It has a very cool look to it. This one with a few aftermarket parts like side skirts, front and rear bumpers, and a hood that cuts over the headlights a little bit to make it look a bit angry. This type of modification is fairly common here in Japan, and does make the van look very cool. These Hiaces, I think a lot of people agree, are a very good looking van. I'll switch the engine off. We're doing a full walk around of this one to check the condition of it compared to the auction sheet. This one's going over to Canada, and not many of these going to Canada. 156,000 kilometers there. I'm not sure why. The Hiaces are great vehicles, and especially great in terms of reliability and performance and fitting stuff in them, but they tend to be a little bit pricey, and so it's, people around the world want these Hiaces, kind of similar to a Land Cruiser actually. People want this generation more than any of the other ones. This is the auction inspection sheet. I'm going to translate this for you real quick. There are a lot of notes here, so this is going to be a little bit longer than normal. And I would say that this is about a mid-grade one with 156,000 kilometers, so this is about in the middle of the price range, just to give you an idea. This one comes with a smaller 2-liter gasoline engine. You can also get them with the diesel engines, turbo diesel as well. And I think you can get them with the 5L engine or the 1KD engine. You might be able to get them with the 1KZ engine, and I think also the 2.7 gasoline if you wanted that as well. This is an auction grade 3 with an interior C, and this is called the Super GL version. The sales points here are Car's-Area navigation system with a reverse camera, front side and rear aero, also hood spoiler. The hood has doubles. It has the hood with the angry eyes. It also has a secondary spoiler across here. So I don't think that those are the same from the same company. It looks like this is an added part, and so is this. Okay, keyless entry, drive recorder. I got mosquitoes all over me. The other day I killed 20 of them while I was shooting 3 cars. And now I've killed like probably 4. It's not as bad as it was that day. Aftermarket tail lights and headlights. Headlights have LED bulbs in them for both the signals and for the headlight. Also a city light down there. Okay. What else do we have? Aftermarket wheels. There's some original parts inside the car, such as the original hood, warranty papers, owner's manual, spare key, and various aftermarket parts, so see in person for details. The report here says the carpet is ripped 30 centimeters. Steering wheel has a cover on it. Seats in the rear have a cover. The bed area has scratches, and there are quite a few scratches in the bed area. I'll show you those in a second. Console has been painted and is scratched. It doesn't look good. The paint has been painted from gray to black, but then a lot of the black has worn off, and so it needs to be repainted. Interior wear and dirty. They don't mention it on here, but there's an interior cigarette smell, which you'll find in a lot of the Hiaces, and you'll specifically find them in a lot of the Hiaces that have this kind of look to them. Anything with spoilers or like a chin spoiler, anything like that, is most likely it's going to be owned by somebody who loves to smoke cigarettes, because smoking is popular here in Japan, especially by the cool guys. What else do we have here? Winter tires, interior wear and dirty, rear panel dented, roof has several small dents, door mirror paint fade. I'll show you that now. It's just a cover on the original door mirrors with signals in them. The original ones are underneath and they're chrome, as you can see. Biggest scratches, dents, repair marks, and paint wave. Okay, so paint wave all down this side. There's also a U2 dent here. There's an A2 over here. Windshield rock chip, A2 on the front bumper, A2, A2, and some unclear paint on the back. Okay, so I'll go once around it so you can see it from all different angles, and then I'll go and take a look at any of the damages. It also has different inserts for the fog lights there, and the paint around them is faded a bit. Okay. So you've probably seen the older style Hiaces. We put them on the channel semi-frequently. Those ones have gotten very popular in the USA because they're the only ones you can import there under the 25-year rule. Canada has a 15-year rule, and so these newer Hiaces like this one can be imported. There's a look at the aftermarket taillight there. You can see the aftermarket rear spoiler. It is a subtle one, but it gives the van a little bit more of a sporty look to it, which is funny to think sporty van, but van tuning is very popular here in Japan. Oh, speaking of older Hiaces, there's one over there, a high roof extended body. And so a lot of people here in Japan will lower their vans or put Brembo brakes on them or spend money on body kits, and interior appointments are very popular on Hiaces and basically any other minivan here in Japan, which I think is great. Minivans, they drive better than SUVs and have more space inside. It's only an image thing that keeps people away from vans in North America, but because it doesn't have the image problem, you can get cool vans here that drive better and have more space inside them. Okay, so it has a mirror on the front here. These are very handy mirrors to have, but they can be a little bit dorky looking. They're specifically used to see how far your face is away from another car, because here in Japan, parking can be very tight, or driving around neighborhoods can be very tight as well. Okay, so front face, there is a little bit of a rub mark here between the hood and the spoiler. The vehicle overall has quite a few little scratches in it. Here you can see some rock chips on this insert piece that goes over the original. Over here is generally pretty good. We got a bundle of scratches here. Okay. We also have a screw hole here. So it used to have a front lip spoiler on it, I suspect. And there's still some marks here for where that used to be attached onto. Okay, a few more scratches in this area. Now I got another video for side panel checks. And in that one I focus on the dents. There are a few. Here's the A2 scratch. It goes along here, right where my finger is. And then we got a few more scratches here. And other places. I took pictures of them all. I know I'm not going to hit them all right now. This is the unclear paint that they're talking about. It's basically a color match spray paint. Here's a close look at the taillight. Okay, this one used to have illuminated plates on it. That was cut off. Looks like, is that aftermarket exhaust? Could be. Let's have a look. Maybe not. Spare tires underneath there. These are leaf springs in the rear and coil springs in the front. It's decently capable. You can see 1,000 kilograms is what it's registered for. They'll easily carry, 1.5, maybe 2 times that if you need to. But you have to choose the level of weight per registration, and then pay higher tax on higher registrations. Okay, so there's the paint peeling on the back spoiler. And there are some dents in the roof. I'm not going to focus on them, but there are some here. The roof is very high up, so not something you usually be looking at. There's another dent here. Okay, and the side skirts are subtle. Only drop it down maybe another 2 inches, or 5 centimeters, approximately. And fade on the door handles. That's the case on both front and rear. So, heading inside. Okay, pretty easy entry into this, but it is a cab over, so you sit right on top of the wheels there, leaving you a very high seating position, even on these lower suspension non-4-wheel drive models. The original 4-wheel drive ones have about an extra 1.5 inches of suspension height to give you more usability. Okay. Alright, so the 30 centimeter rip is down here. Now you can't see it here, it's right where the keys are. But if you come over here, you can see it. And it goes rip. Okay, there's also a crack in this door handle section piece. And there's a steering wheel cover on there. And then the cool shift knob. Again, these are popular with the smoking crowd. We have that on our car carrier over there. It came with one of them. It also smells like cigarettes inside. Here's the console, has an aftermarket cover on it made out of vinyl, and here's what I'm talking about with the color being scratched off. Original gray, changed to black with gray scratches on it. And a little aftermarket console piece for your drinks and for cigarette packs. That's what these are for. Makes me think it's odd that somebody would want to display their cigarettes while they're driving. Like usually you would keep those in your bag and then put your bag on the console or something. I don't know. I'm not a smoker, so I don't really know smoker culture. But maybe it's cool to display them in a little display case in your car like that. Stuff like this is usually pretty cheaply made. And just like, you know, the door mirrors are faded, the spoiler was faded. Aftermarket parts tend to only last about 5 or 7 years before it's time for them to be replaced. Not like original equipment's usually good for about 10, 15, or 20, depending on how well a vehicle's kept. So we have AC here. Of course we do. AC works. All is good. Very simple. We have this unit here, which is USB, and I guess that's where the ashtray would normally go. That's kind of interesting. No ashtray in this one. Here's some more scratches on that piece. And the dashboard's nice. Nice and modern. They started these in 2005 was the first year. 2 glove boxes. That's a toll collection box in there for Japanese highways. Okay, headliner's a little bit dirty from cigarettes. And where can you put your sunglasses? They don't have a sunglasses holder there. What a shame. Hiace drivers can't wear sunglasses. Okay, so it has sliding doors on both sides. I believe that all of the Hiaces, I could be wrong about this, but I believe that all of the Hiaces of this generation had dual sliding doors, where the previous generation was a very rare option. These seats can fold, and this is the van version of the Hiace. These Hiaces come in van and wagon versions. The wagon is supposed to be the commuter one, and the van is supposed to be the industrial one. The industrial one has higher rated suspension, so it can carry more. It costs less to register it, but a less comfortable interior usually. Okay. Plenty of room for your legs. Cup holder here. This is where a bar goes between there and the other side so that any of your boxes don't come forward. It just braces them. Typical on cargo vehicles. That doesn't slide. Oh, it doesn't. It's only a flip one, no sliding back and forward. Okay, so in the back here, I'm actually going to open the back hatch to show you from there because highly tinted windows make it pretty dark inside. Oh, and rear wiper's been removed. New style generation. All right. Okay, so as you can see, very convenient for storing things in it. You can put a bed into the back, you can travel the world and sleep in your Hiace. But you need to get that cigarette smoke out, unless you don't mind cigarette smoke. The original taillights are here, which is nice. You might want to get those installed actually. These ones here have some cracks in them. And like I said, aftermarket equipment's just not made that well. These ones like this tend to have like high plastic fading. And they might not even be like compliant. I don't know. I'm sure that you can buy some outside of your market that aren't compliant. These sides are quite highly scratched up. Up here, down here. And it continues all the way up. And this is the case on both sides. Okay, headliner. Looks to be pretty good. And the carpet in the bottom needs to be tucked back in, but it'll be fine. It has the tire houses in here. And I don't think that there are provisions for the seats in here. Maybe there are, maybe there aren't. It looks like they used to have a bed in here. Because it has some like modification here. There's screws in the chassis there. And looks like aftermarket rear curtains. Okay, So that is that Hiace wagon. And of course, if you have any questions, you can let me know. You can send us an email. We'll check the emails a lot more than we do the comments in the YouTube videos. So please feel free to email if you want to know prices and things like that. That is all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and have a nice day.